Middleton the pass to Carter Williams. Evans with the steal.
Boy, they've looked good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they've gone straight up court with it right away. Boom. Tyreke Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Douglas is checked in. The Pelicans, another fast break opportunity here.
Unbelievable.
How did he do that? That's tipped. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
Here's Middleton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Offensive rebound. New Orleans has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by.
They've been good on all three of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Carter Williams with it. Parker outside. Inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Another shot. Shot is off. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Now Pondexter. He's got 9. Here's Davis. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. That's now 8 points for Anthony Davis.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. And nothing is falling for him right now.
Starting to get restless here. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
Here's G. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for G. He has 15 points now and 3 great steals. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
It's hard to find words to describe it.
Some changes for New Orleans. Ryan Anderson. He's checked in for Anthony Davis. Gordon comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Holiday in for Tony Douglas.
With a young athletic team, talented at getting to the rim, it made sense for the Pelicans to play more up-tempo. 2 seasons ago, they played the slowest pace in the league, but last year, they made a real effort to speed things up.
Now here's Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Parker left side. 6 to shoot. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Asik's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And with the Pelicans, part of picking up the pace, also creating some turnovers, Clark. Back in the 2012-13 season, this team was dead last in steals.
And that was one of the areas, Kevin, where they really made some improvement as a team. A very good turnover differential, which is always nice to see. They took care of the ball offensively and really tried to pressure and create turnovers defensively.
G kicks to Gordon. It's stolen. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Some changes for New Orleans. Agins is checked in, and it's Cunningham in for G. And then for Milwaukee, John Henson's checked in for Pachulia. Dudley comes in for Parker, and it's Mayo in for Chris Middleton. Snatched up. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
Well, Drew Holiday, part of a basketball family. Of course, he played at UCLA, but both of his parents played at Arizona State.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for New Orleans.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they've been knocking down the mid-range jumper as well.
The Bucks making a switch here. Bayless is checked in. Now here's Dudley. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end the run. Here's Cunningham, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
And for Drew Holiday, you know, you talk about his family. His brother and sister have both won state titles. And his father, in his 50s, can still throw down the 360 dunk. Now, I'm looking at you.
No, it's not happening here. Come on. I know he's got some good DNA, but 360 dunks at 50? Although Drew is real deal. His youngest brother is a star in the making, playing in high school in Los Angeles right now.
Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Technical foul.
The Bucks shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And it's the Pelicans' ball. They're on a 17-1 run right now. Ball stolen. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Bayless leading the charge. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Tony Douglas is checked in for New Orleans. Here's Ajinça, and it's blocked by Henson. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. The Pelicans have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And that one's good.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Now here's Mayo. There's the dish to Henson. Back to Mayo. Baseline jumper. No good. That's a 2 from Babbitt. Oh, the buzzer beater. Amazing.
How about the killer instinct on display there?
Wow.
Fantastic.
He didn't even flinch, just buried it like it was any other shot. Unbelievable.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious creativity. New Orleans has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. We've got Jared Dudley, Ilyasova out there at Plumlee. Then it's Mayo, and it's Bayless in at the point guard. Here's Mayo. The Pelicans make their last shot.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Good.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Eric Gordon, a gifted scoring guard who's, Steve, been hampered with injuries throughout his young career.
Well, you think about his first 4 seasons, he's missed almost half of his games, and we saw some of that in Indiana as well when he was in college. But hopefully he can find his health and be consistent in terms of his durability, because he is a terrific offensive weapon.
New Orleans making a switch here. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bayless. An absolute bomb from three-point range. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter.
And for Gordon, you know, I think the injuries have also held him back on the court. A steady decline in his scoring efficiency year after year since he came into the league. And this was a guy that had tremendous potential until the wheels started to go south. Strong, explosive, aggressive. And it's a shame that he's been hurt as much as he has the last few years.
And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. Some changes for New Orleans. Cunningham, he's checked in for Davis. Pondexter comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Drew Holiday in for Tony Douglas.
Drew Holiday.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Pass to Dudley. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And for Gordon last season, his three-point shooting bounced back, but his field goal percentage still in the low 40s. Injuries perhaps hampering the explosiveness that he showed in years past in terms of getting to the rim.
Now here is Holiday from the baseline. Babbitt kicks to Pondexter. Here's Cunningham. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Here is Bayless. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Now Bayless. Back to Mayo. 6 to shoot. Here is Bayless, guarded by Holiday. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Jared Bayless, a combo guard out of Arizona, very athletic, more of an offensive-minded player. He had his best season back in 2011-12 with the Raptors, but his shooting percentages have fallen off since then.
G's checked in for Luke Babbitt. And Clark Bayless still in his mid-20s, but last season arguably his least efficient scoring ways. How can he turn it around?
Well, it's about shot selection, Kevin. He's got to focus on taking better shots. Open threes and layups will get that efficiency up.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Taken away by Holiday. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Milwaukee making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pondexter dishes to G. New Orleans moving the ball around.
A lot of things get talked about with the NBA and the playoff structure. And, there's been some mention about opening things up in the near future. One thought is to have more teams make it in and have a play-in round between the bottom teams. He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Now here's Ennis. Poked loose. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Well, Clark, addressing playoff restructuring, we know now that 8 come in from the East and 8 teams, the top teams in the West. Another change being thrown around is just taking the top 16 teams from both conferences combined in seeding them.
Don't like it. Don't like it. We tend to overreact when we have an aberration. The Suns don't get in the playoffs with 48 wins, and 2 or 3 Eastern Conference teams get in at sub 500, and now you want to shake it all up. I'm not for that. The top 8 in the West and the top 8 in the East make a lot of sense to me, because it would be a scheduling nightmare otherwise if you tried to
keep it as is.
And in terms of trying to have a balanced schedule,
yes,
when you go to just the top 16 teams, it wouldn't work. Geographically, I just don't think it makes sense. We've got to stay where we are there.
Now here is Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. G passes to Holiday. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And that one's good by G.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Here's Ennis. Over to the left wing. And Ilyasova kicks to Ennis. Here's Dudley. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pelicans.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Watch out!
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that. So it's the Bucks.